Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another story for you here. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Refusing to Treat My Ex's Sort of Girlfriend Like Another Parent to My Unborn Babies and Sitting Down with My Ex and Her to Lay Out Some Facts About How Things Will Go. I, 25 female, am pregnant with twins. Their father, 26 male, and I were together for almost a decade. Things seemed great at the start of my pregnancy, but then 11-ish weeks in, he told me he had feelings for Amy, 24 female, who is/was friends with benefits with one of his two best friends. Okay, time out. First of all, yes, red flag land. But secondly here, like,
your brain is like,
your world is so confuzzled and complex, like complex fuckery going on here that like already title in one sentence in, I'm like, done. But yeah, red flags for boyfriend here. 11-ish weeks into the pregnancy being like, you know what?
this just ain't.
I really feel like I've got feelings for somebody who doesn't have a baby bump right now and like isn't gaining weight. He told me he didn't feel like we should stay together just for the babies, and we'd work it out. I told him that was fine, that I wasn't going to stay while he had any kind of affair, be it emotional or physical, with her any longer. He told me nothing physical had happened yet, and I told him I didn't care if it did or didn't, because even if it hadn't, that was a yet, and if it wasn't Amy, it would be somebody else. Bravo to you, OP. Amy and him ended up together, which came as no surprise, but then he told me he hated being away from me and he regretted doing this to us. I heard him out for a week before I made it clear that there was no going back and we would never be a couple again. His relationship with Amy has been off and on. Even when they're off, they try to present it as this united front and have wanted me to involve both of them in pregnancy stuff. Amy wanted to talk baby names with me and she was wanting us to go shopping for baby stuff together.
Fish what?
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm the one who made your now ex, but still baby daddy, cheat. And I think we both would agree that I have a vote when it comes to baby names. And I was just thinking something like Sizzle. Snap. No, Snap would be that's right, they're twins. So just plan on having a third. These first two will be Snap and Crackle. And then maybe we'll have one and he could be Pop. And the three could just be like best friends. Oh my God. She even tried to say how crazy it was for me to be having twins when X and her have no twins in their families. Like she counted herself and her family in that. I ignored most of these requests and I communicated clearly and through text or email for anything I did respond to. I'm sorry I'm moving so slow in the story, but what the f? She was like, it's really weird that your child between you and your ex that I am now sleeping with doesn't have any of my genetic traits. But it was getting crazier with the request, and the thing that bothered me the most is that they are not stable at all. And they're trying to put that on me, saying if they were treated as a couple who were going to be equally part of the baby's lives, they wouldn't have so much trouble. What, in the relationship? Oh, cool. Yeah, you need that extra pressure right now, OP. Not just to the two humans, like taking everything you got inside. You need people on the outside taking everything you got as well. My ex even said he felt like he had to be with me to be a real dad to the babies. I just can't with this guy. When they mentioned her being at the birth, I knew we all needed to sit down and talk. I didn't trust my ex to be honest about what I would say, and so I told him we could meet once and talk it all out, the three of us. They met me with a bunch of crazy expectations, like how both of them would come see the babies at my house when his visitation would start. Overnights don't start until 4 to 6 months of new babies in our state. They wanted all of us to make decisions, and they were thinking she could be a mama to the babies. I let them talk, and I wrote down all the expectations they had, and then I told them they were crazy to expect all of that. I said if my ex wants to be present at the birth, I'm okay with that. If they want to discuss things between themselves, then I cannot stop them. But I won't be taking her advice on baby's name. Discussions will be between me and my ex. I told them if they were together when my ex started overnights, I could not stop Amy from being there, but she was not coming to my house. I told them if they were in a stable enough relationship and settling down, maybe we could all work together for the benefit of the children involved, but if they're on and off again the whole time, it won't happen. I said I want my babies to be the priority, but that didn't mean I was out here looking for them to have a second mom or for the two of them to try and outvote me and push for what they want. Also smart. What? They're 2 votes and you're 1 in their mind? Okay. And I told my ex that if he and Amy break up for good, or if he misses the kids and wants to be around more, that it won't convince me to take him back. I told him I was serious about that and he needed to fully accept that. And I brought that up because some of his body language and how he was looking at me made me feel like he was being too intimate for two people who are not a couple anymore and never will be. Hold on. This was during the meeting with the three of you? And he's like, wow, she's like taking charge and that's man, baby, now I see why I got you pregnant. Kind of like to do it again. Amy said it was the confusion of everything, and if I could take them as a package deal, he'd find it easier. I told her I had already told them the reality of everything. They tried to argue, but I just left once I realized they weren't going to stay calm or discuss things reasonably. My ex has emailed a few times in the days since and told me that I need to work with them instead of against them, and I'm making all of this harder than it should be, and to think of our babies. He said he's trying to be an involved dad. I reminded him I'm not stopping him. But am I the astronaut for how I'm handling this? I'm trying to put the babies first, but I don't think that means treating Amy as mommy too and acting like this is some family unit when they can't even stay together for 4-ish months since the breakup. Top comment, lawyer fast. OP's response already done. My lawyer has helped me keep on track of documenting and saving proof of things. Thank God. Holy crap. Okay, hold on. Just like I got a couple buttons to press here real quick. First one's this. Tater thoughts. Heat lamps on. We got a fresh order going up here. It's a biggin. Baby daddy side piece. Bizzo. Both them. Delulu. Baby daddy. Brozo. Both them. Audacity level 100 has been achieved. What in the actual fried I don't know. Tater, what do you think?
I'd like to apologize for breaking Dusty with this story. But also,
I don't even know if I can read any more stories. My brain is just like...
I don't understand how X and Amy, it just feels like they're trying to force OP into some kind of throuple. Like, it's like a 3 relationship thing where, like, they're running the show and OP is basically just their surrogate. And I don't understand what's happening, but the one thing that in this story, like, that kept me grounded and made me choose it was the fact that OP was just like, well, like, she's not fazed by any of this, which makes me think that this man has just been like this for their decade-long relationship. Like, they were together since
a dumbass,
15.
a dumbass, yes.
Yeah,
A dumbass, yes, I agree.
They were together since they were 15, and I feel like she might have been overcompensating for his inability to grow up. Because I feel like she nurtured him through his teenage years and he never grew the up. At some point, OP grew up and became a full adult, and this man was just like, yeah, I don't have to. By the way, I'm gonna go somebody else because I might have feelings for this person, even though you're pregnant with 2 of my babies.
Yeah. He's like, I already 2 into you, so like, mission accomplished, and now I have more territories to conquer.
Yeah, I have no words for this 25-year-old man who needs to pull his head out of his ass. Like, dude, grow up.
I think, okay, first of all, you said she overcompensated. She overgrew up because he wouldn't grow up at all. And now, like, probably acted like a mother figure to him because he's a brozo dipshit. Right. Which sparked this thought for me. Like, how many people are out there in that same situation? A lot.
Never
like
grew.
Whenever you see couples and you see one of them.
Yes, Rebecca.
Call it mostly the dude because it's mostly the dude being very, very immature, and the other partner there has to be like overly mature to police the other one. Like what?
Right.
But also, I think there's another possibility here, and that is that often dudes freak out. Whenever his partner became pregnant and shit got real. For the first time in his life, shit got real.
That's a good
point. He didn't know what to do and he ran. And probably regrets it now. Not enough to not drag his side piece along to the council meeting.
Why do you think he's dragging his side piece along to the council meeting? Because this man can't do a f***ing thing by himself because he was babied by his mom and then he was babied by his girlfriend and now he went and found somebody else because his girlfriend was going to have to baby 2 actual f***ing babies, and so he had to go find somebody else to baby his sorry piece of shit ass, and now look what he's brought into the f***ing equation. Amy, here comes Amy, like pretending she's a mom and that
Thank
OP
you,
is just a surrogate. Like,
Thank you,
my
Amy.
God, I feel like we need to get, like, Jerry Springer needs to come back. We need to get this up on the stage and we need to just settle this once and for all. And let's see what Amy brings to the table. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So
I
this-
see that he went
this
out.
man will never
He went
grow
out and
up.
picked her, not just because he freaked out, not just because maybe she's getting less attractive
I feel
because
like I
she's
just
starting to
cracked
put
an
on
egg,
weight.
you guys.
You cracked my egg. My yolk is like on the floor right now. Okay, so he also went out and found her so that someone could take care of him because
someone had to
his
wipe
ex
his
will be
ass.
busy taking care of the babies. Wow.
Yeah, because she's obviously like very like
That she would.
very like
What is
controlling.
Oh,
like
man.
really like wants to take control.
That's not
of
what
everybody.
I got from. It sounds like she's very.
super f***ing controlling of everything. She's like, oh, by the way, I know those babies are in your belly, but I think I want to name them. Veto, bitch. Okay, next story.